Well, howdy there, nerds, and as you can kind of see, I'm kind of trying out the new game mode, and well, I was going to finish that last map until I realized that the rewards there are 500 feathers, and the one before that was orbs, which was just kind of downright mean. And as you can see here, I barely managed this one. The high score was actually the target score there, and it was not fun. That was about the time I stopped having fun with this game mode. I really enjoyed it going into Infernal. It was hard, but it was, it was fun enough that I could probably discern where a pattern was going and where to, put a unit when it needed to be there. It was fun. It was interesting. And then I got into the, the Abyssal modes, and I am gonna just say that I'm not really a fan of this kind of content. If you're really going to do it like this, it may need some actual tweaking. It has promise, don't mind me, but I'm really not a fan of, units that have ginormous stat gains just for the sake of quote-unquote difficulty. If this is how we're going to have, future difficulty in the game, I think I may pass on this because this is going to be terrible for a lot of people. That Maribel is disgusting, just stat-wise, and the fact that you gave her Trilemma with Wrathful Staff when she has Dazzling Staff is just insanely rude, but I guess that's just part of her build in some ways. A lot of these other characters just have absolutely inflated stats that are just ridiculous. I mean, look at this. Look at this Sonya. She has 40 speed and 47 res. Any sort of mage that's going to come in there is not going to do a dent. And it's just, it goes on from there. Cherish has her axe, it's refined in speed, and she has 64 attack naturally with some really bulky defenses that I'm pretty sure even Jacob may not be able to actually take her down. That is the extent of what I am losing my mind at. And that is why I'm probably not going to bother finishing this. I'm not sure how you guys have felt about this, but some of you are asking for my opinion. I just say, I don't really enjoy this idea of power creep, or at least maybe this is just some way of being like, hey, maybe one day we'll bring in 6 stars. I'm kidding, but, that's one of my major concerns right now when it comes to a lot of this. Holy crap. Good God, that Florina has 92 health. 92. That is gross. Just actually the grossest thing I've ever seen. And by the way, I'm trying to actually lose to show you another example. The other thing that I think people are probably having issues with is the fact that this is technically replacing rival domains for 2 weeks, and a lot of people use that for HM grinding and feather grinding, and, well, I can safely say you can't do that right now, except for one exception. And I'll show that in a second because, ooh, but, god damn, really? Holy crap, that is gross as hell. And God, my Henry does nothing to her. Ugh, I don't like it. If this is the future game modes, I'm officially just sticking to, Infernal and calling it a day, I think. I mean, my Sumiya, you can't even take care of that? Oh my god. Anyways, alright, we're probably gonna lose a bunch of units here, but that's okay. So, you don't gain HM in this, which a lot of people were kind of upset about, but there is at least a little bit of a breaking to that rule. You can get hero merits, but you need to actually lose the battle. I'm not kidding. Bam. Done. Everyone gets hero merits. Granted, they're alive at the time. You could potentially just clear your stages. Yeah. It seems like a decent game mode. It has some promise, but I'm not really into the huge inflated stat lines that tend to come with Abyssal modes, so kind of hoping they'll change that a little bit maybe in the future. I don't know. Let's go check in on the voting gauntlet since we can real quick, because I want to see who won this at the end of the day. And, I did a little bit better that round. Huh. Alrighty, well, looks like Veronica did in fact win that voting gauntlet, so my goodness, that's Veronica versus, yeah, well, it's Wendy Lee versus Greg Chun either way, so. But best of luck, nerds, on that Abyssal mode. Holy crap. Ugh. Ugh.